This is a warm-up to be done daily before either strength training, HIIT, or even zone 2 training. So we start off with swivel hips. The goal here is to pull the knee to the ground while keeping the hips on the floor. This is for internal rotation of the hips. You can make these harder by keeping the non-rotating hip vertical. That's really going to force the rotation. Now we've got side-to-side squats. These are great for the adductors. Go side to side. Try and get as deep as you can. Notice that there's a slight forward lean here in order to get this better stretch. Now we've got good mornings. Again, we're looking at those adductors. We want the legs relatively straight, back straight. ATYWs, this is to help warm up the shoulders and rotator cuffs. First one is an A shape, so that's going to come straight back. The next one is a T shape. These go up to the shoulders, working on the rear delts and mid delts. Next one is almost like a trap 3 raise, so these are the Ys, working on the traps. And then the final one is a W, and this is for the rear delts and rotator cuffs seen here. Try and keep these smooth and slow, try and keep the back straight and the core engaged. Now we have pass-throughs. So these are a stretch for the chest. To make them harder, we move the hands closer together. To make them easier, we move them further apart. Over time, we may be able to start doing these with a weighted bar, but definitely start with a dowel. If the dowel is too hard, you can use a band. Now we have a pullover. These are a great stretch for the abs and the lats. We're going to add a little bit of an ab exercise in there by coming up into a crunch. If you have a bench, that's fine. If you have access to an ab mat, that's going to encourage a little bit more of a stretch, make this exercise more effective. Next one is a Jefferson curl. We want the legs locked straight. We're purposely rounding the lower back. You can think of this as the worst possible deadlift. This is to help loosen up the lower back and the hamstrings. We're going to start with a very, very light weight, somewhere between 3 to 5 kilos. Over time, we can increase that weight. Make sure to hold for a second at the bottom to get that stretch. You'll notice here I've got the toes elevated. That will also make it more effective. Here we have an A to G split squat. The goal is to move forward as well as down and get a stretch in the rear hip flexor and on the right quads. This will help prepare the ligaments in the knee for maybe any activity that we're doing and help build resilience there. Don't be afraid of getting that knee way, way, way over the toe. Now we have an overhead tricep extension. Notice how I have the core brace. I'm squeezing those triceps and really trying to enjoy that stretch at the bottom. This is going to help improve range of motion. Same idea here with the pelican curls. We're actually letting these arms come behind us and we're getting that full stretch through the bicep and then coming up to about 90 degrees.